Hello, love. In this video, I'm going to be teaching you how to connect to your moon in Aries. If you're interested in learning more about the moon signs, why the moon sign is so important, or you're looking for your specific moon sign, you can check out the playlist button somewhere on the screen. And before I get into it, I thought I would introduce myself. My name is Riley X. I am a professional astrologer, and I help my clients learn how to feel their feelings, gain more clarity, live their purpose, manifest on repeat, and no longer feel like you have to be healed before you actually get what you want. So, if you're interested, you can check me out at rxtarot.com. So if you have your moon in Aries, you are very passionate, very intense, very bold. You're not afraid to fight for what you want, but learning how to channel that energy into confidence instead of frustration is really the key to understanding this placement. You have to understand that Aries is ruled by Mars. Mars is the planet of action, intensity, passion, and there's always this feeling of I need to do something, I need to do more. So having your moon in Aries can really be this energy of wanting to prove that your emotions are real, wanting to force your emotions on other people, wanting to take action on your emotion because there's such an intense energy there. So what's interesting about this placement with clients I've had in the past is a lot of the time they have struggled with feeling any other emotion other than anger. And the reason is, if you think about an Aries moon, the easiest emotion for you to feel is anger. Now, this specific client I have in mind, there's actually two. These two specific clients I have in mind were never really listened to as a child when they were being soft and gentle and quiet. They had to be explosive. They had to get really angry. They had to do something physical that would shake things up in their environment so people would pay attention to them. So what's really important for you to know as a Aries moon is it's not that your emotions are the issue, it's how to channel them. It's not that being intense and passionate is the problem. You just need to know where to put that energy. So your emotional needs as an Aries moon, you need independence, you need excitement, you need action. You need to be taking action on the things that excite you. You need to feel independent. You need to feel like you can do it. If you don't, you can feel a lot of self-doubt. You can feel a lot of self-loathing, and you can start to internalize, why can't I do it? What's wrong with me? So you need to set yourself up for success by challenging yourself to show up to the challenge. Show up to the thing. Check out your Mars sign if you need help figuring out how to move through this. Understanding your Mars sign is going to help you understand how you like to do things. So you will have to channel that through that energy. You can always book a session with me at rxtarot.com if you do need more help with this. So what are the strengths of having an Aries moon? You can take action on what you're feeling relatively easily. Now, depending on how you're feeling, is that a positive or a negative? You know what I mean? But when you start to really get into alignment with who you are, when you feel excited about something, you're just going to take action. It's going to be no difference between feeling the excitement of what you want to do and going after it. So that is a really beautiful thing. And when you learn how to work with that, instead of waiting until you're so frustrated and irritated that you have to move from anger, when you get charged up and excited about what you're doing, it's easy for you to move through that. The shadow side of having an Aries moon is, like I mentioned, you may lean into anger. Anger is a really tricky emotion because a lot of therapists and people in, the mental health space love to say that it's a secondary emotion. Anger is usually hiding something else. This is not always the case, but it can be true in a lot of situations where it's just easier to be mad about it than it is to really feel how heavy whatever the emotion is. So learning to move through this energy, learning to see the emotional scale and move up the emotional scale is about accepting your anger as not part of the problem, but instead a step along the way. When you're in depression, it's easier to get to anger than it is to happiness. So when you see your anger as a gradual moving up the emotional scale, it doesn't feel so bad. It doesn't feel like, why am I always angry? It feels like, oh, okay, I'm just stuck on one of the steps of the emotional scale. So how do you nurture yourself with an Aries moon? By being physical and allowing yourself to physically move your body. This is one of the most important things that you can do, because there is something about an Aries moon that has a disconnect from their emotions to their physical body. By taking time every single day to work with your body, work with your feelings, sit with how the energy resonates for you, it's gonna be easier for you to move through this. Once you understand that having your moon in Aries is not the reason you're mad, but if you're mad with a moon in Aries, there is actually something you can do about it. That's your energy. That's your chi. That's your excitement that's misplaced and needs a little bit help refocusing. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like this if you liked it, subscribe, and hit the bell if you're interested in seeing more content from me. And be sure to check out Moon Magic Mastery if you're ready to get in tune with your inner world no matter what phase of life you are in. Or book a session with me at rxtarot.com. I'll see you soon. Bye.